Janet Lowe, but I'm pretty close.
Thank you, David.
Anyway, before I start the morning, I'm very honored to have the opportunity to stand here to talk about what I provide every day for the last 18 years. As you know, I'm the Deputy Sergeant at Arms for this organization. And since there's no other Sergeant at Arms at the present, during my presentation, if your phone rings, I promise you that I will not raise the penalty. You can still pay me later. Okay, so please turn off your phone just for your savings. You know, home warranty plan home warranty is a little bit dry topic. But this morning I decided to change my format so that I hope that makes it a little bit more interesting. And also my purpose is, my goal is to, by the end of this presentation, you will take home some useful information. And most of this information came from 18 years talking to a lot of your clients. And some of them are very nice, which is not too many. most of them call for a purpose, and a lot of time I found out their purpose at the very late stage, and then that's how I learned about what their intention was. But overall, we provide service every day from 6 o'clock in the morning until 6 p.m. And even we open on Saturday to take care of most of your calls from your client. And over the last 18 years, I encountered all kinds of questions. And as a salesperson, I usually try to find out what's behind their intention so that I can provide better service to meet their needs. And I can pretty much conclude today there are two intentions that they have. Number one is money, money, money. I want more of your money. That's what it is. And number two is, you know, I don't know, you sell a lot of homes, you probably encounter some of those customers from hell. The one, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, they will never be happy. Okay, they're being shadowed because they join the dark side. But of course, you know, over time, they will learn the cold fact that, you know, in this country, we honor individualism. Everybody is supposed to take care of their own, you know, problems. But a lot of time, you know, they become so dependent on us, and we try to do everything we can so that we can help them out to solve their problem. And so far, it's working most of the time. So I have collectively put together a bunch of questions from customers over the years. Some of them are, you know, being repeated all the time. I get that kind of question all the time. Maybe I can share with you some of that question and some of the answer I gave them so that hopefully you understand what your customers' perspectives are. A lot of these questions came from homeowners as well as real estate agents and brokers. Okay, the first one, instead for me to give you a presentation, I think it's easier to, it's more interesting to see what kind of question your client always asks after they purchase a home warranty plan, and then how did I answer them. The first one is from a homeowner. This is a very common question. After they bought the home warranty plan, they will call me. They said, my agent passed your number to you, and I'd like to know what exactly does a home warranty plan cover. And the answer I gave them is, do you have time? It takes about 2 days to answer your question. But of course, you know, I have a concise way to answer that. After I learned it from my mistakes, I usually tell them in a very simple way. You know, your home warranty plan covers major systems and major appliances inside the home. The major systems are easy to remember 5 items: plumbing, heating, water heater, electrical, and sewer line clearing. Major appliances are the dishwasher, range, oven, stove, built-in microwave oven, garbage disposal, trash compactor, and automatic garage door opener. These are the items that we cover in most plans. You know, when you purchase a plan from a competing company, they probably offer the same similar cover items. The details in the fine prints. And these days, except attorney who's reading the fine prints, I don't even know, I never read my fine prints on my MasterCard statement and until I get charged like so much on my interest. So for the answer to that question, the simplest way, you can just memorize that. It's very simple. We cover major system, major appliances. Most of the time, we'll satisfy their needs. And if they ask a little bit further question about the details, you have two choices. You can become an expert in home warranty and we'll get you a job with our company as a salesperson, or you can just pass them my phone number, or the rep's phone number, have them to give them a professional explanation. So there's an easy way and a hard way. And when you do that, if you choose the first one, you let your buyer know a home warranty plan is a service plan that covers normal breakdown of major system and major appliances inside the home. It normally does not cover outside the foundation and underground. It does not cover pre-existing condition and structural defects. And of course, that's pretty much you want to go as far as detail. You know, as a consultant to your client, you don't want to be an expert in every field. So let somebody, if any more detailed question demand a better answer, have them refer them to the home warranty rep so that they can answer the question for you. Because every company has different policy, different slight variation in their coverage. So you may not be up to date on that information to give it to your client. So the best way is call David Tran and tell them don't call me after 5. Because when you do that, they keep calling me after 5. You know, a couple of nights ago, I got a call at 8:45. I was walking to my bedroom, and the phone rang. So I looked at the screen. I said, should I answer this or not? But I saw the area where it's coming from. It says Ontario, Canada. I said, wait a minute. I don't have anybody I know overseas. I don't have any friends, actually. okay, never mind. But, so I looked at the screen, I said, wait a minute, a client did mention in an email this morning that his client is going to call me to ask me about home protection. And if I don't answer the phone right now, that means I have to call her back overseas. And who's going to pay for that bill? You know? So I said, quickly, I decided to answer the phone. It took another 15 minutes to explain to her about her issue. But the whole point is, I kept reminding myself, David, you're passing your bedtime. By the way, now everybody knows I go to bed at 8:30. I'm very unusual. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. Don't ask me what I do in the mornings. No, don't ask me. Okay, the second question I have is from a homeowner. I was asked, I recently renovated my home and I discovered that I had a plumbing leak. Can I purchase a home warranty now so that you can send someone to fix the problem tomorrow? You know, you think that's a funny question. I get a lot of these. I get a lot of these. And some of them, they did mention to me, they said, you know, my agent so-and-so actually asked me to call you because we bought this house with a broken dishwasher. He asked me to give you a call so that you can give me a new one. I didn't mention the name, but...
Thank you to let me know.
Huh?
Thank you to let me know.
Right, but anyway, the answer I gave her was, I said, first of all, most home warranty plans are sold through an active real estate transaction in escrow. Many companies do not engage in direct sale to the general public without requiring case approval, waiting period, and proof of an updated home inspection report. The problem this homeowner is having is considered a pre-existing condition that will not be covered in the new contract, even if I sold them one. Also, it would defy common sense to knowingly collect the premium today and pay out a no claim the next day. Why do I want to take $280 now and give you $2,000 tomorrow? I mean, it doesn't make sense. So I tell them that, explain to them. I still get a lot of calls like that though, because of the distressed market that we have in the last 5 years. A lot of homes sold were bank-owned properties, and they did not come with a home warranty plan. And then the agent referred to the buyer to purchase one from me directly after the sale. Some of them wait too long. They wait like maybe a couple years until they have a big problem, and then they call. It's too nice to know that they kept our number for 2 years. Okay, but I also have a real estate agent ask me this question. Does a home warranty company deny more service to a bank-owned property? If you know the answer, I don't have a gift for you. Okay, but my answer is not necessary. Not all the bank-owned properties are in poor condition and out of order. A home warranty plan has its terms and conditions that govern what is covered and what's not. When a homeowner files a claim on the phone with the warranty company, he's never asked what type of home it is. All callers are treated the same. In fact, it's quite the opposite, that during tough economic times and conditions, the claim ratio and utilization rate for home warranty plans tend to increase. You know, those are very industry jargon. Claim ratio means how much money we take in and how much money we spend out. And claim utilization rate means how often they file a claim. In fact, in the last couple years, the utilization rate has gone up 20%. And consumers use our services more frequently, and warranty companies are spending more on each claim. We cannot keep on doing this forever, right? Because it defies economic balance. What happened is, you can see in a couple of months, not in a couple of months, in a few months, maybe less than a year or something, most companies will raise their rate again. They just pass it on to the consumer, the same consumer who jack up our expenses. You know, I've been in this job for a long, long time. It seems like very long, because I remember back when I first started, to replace a 30-gallon water heater was only like $400, parts and labor. Today I have seen water heater being replaced at a cost between $1,200 to $1,500.
Wow.
Okay, and also air conditioning, that's amazing. Years ago, air conditioning claim that required total replacement will cost us about $800. Now it's in the upward $2,200 to all the way to $3,000 to replace a 4-ton air conditioning unit. And the technician knows about all this too. There's always, no matter what kind of air conditioning coverage you purchase from any home warranty company, make sure that you check the level of coverage for air conditioning. Our company has 3 levels of air conditioning coverage. If you get the maximum level, it will cover up to 80% of your total replacement. So in what situation that you want the 3rd level, the highest level for AC coverage? When your home is very old and you know the air conditioning system they have is very old. So as a precaution, you want to get the 3rd level. Also, when the seller is providing you a lot of funds for home warranty and you can't use them all, put it in, because you never know. You know, you can get the maximize that AC coverage for the 1st year. Okay, I have another homeowner ask me this question. What's my time doing? I'm doing okay. Thank you. You're gonna remind me, right? Just don't pinch me. I have a homeowner ask me, I'm not happy with your service. Ooh. How can I cancel my home warranty plan? You know, I get that too quite often too, because they thought they're going to a supermarket, they buy a product and they don't like it, they just say, I'll return. You know, years ago I went to Albertson down on Las Tunas Drive. I was standing in line in front of this man. This man was holding a box and he was asking for a refund because he told the clerk he bought the cake yesterday. It was a whole cake. And when he opened the box, there was only a small piece left. And he said, I didn't like the cake, I'd like to get my refund. Okay? You think people won't do that? But they do that all the time. Home warranty, same thing. I have one case I heard in the last 18 years. An agent told me that her client bought a home from her several months ago, and then he received a message, voice message from her a few months later. She said in the message, you know, I didn't like the house that you sold me. Can I get my money back? But anyway, to answer this question to this homeowner, I would always say each home warranty company establishes cancellation policy. In general, just keep in mind, a home warranty plan is not cancelable except in the following 3 possible cases. Number 1 is when a home warranty order receives no payment. Let's say you place a home warranty order. 6 months later, we still haven't received any payment. In the past, we would send a disposition to the escrow company and ask what happened to that transaction. Sometimes we get a response, sometimes we don't. You know, in fact, I just mentioned to Tom Berge this morning, I said, I had a client, she just told me, she said, David, my transaction is about to close this week. So can you keep an eye on it for me? I said, what transaction? I haven't seen any transaction from you for a month. She said, remember the one I ordered last December? You know, the longest one I had was an agent asked me about the same thing. It was a year and a half ago because it was a short sale and we went through court process. Finally, it closed a year and a half later. So it happens, right? So the number 1 is when an order is placed in the system and it receives no payment, you know, over time it will be automatically canceled. When both the warranty number 2 is when both the warranty company and the policyholder mutually agree. So the buyer requests a cancellation and the sellers and the warranty company say, look, you're a pain in the butt, so we'll cancel your policy. Okay, that's fine. They both agree. They get their money, right? The third one is a little bit tricky. I haven't seen too many cases like that. When the warranty company detects consumer fraud, since in a typical escrow transaction, the seller is usually the party who pays for the warranty for the benefit to the buyer. Even if the buyer's request for cancellation is approved, not only the buyer's signature is required, the refund amount will be prorated minus a processing fee, and the small amount check will be mailed back to where it came from, the escrow company. So they're going to have to fight the escrow company to get that money back. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, don't even think about cancellation. It's not worth it. But of course, you know, sometimes as a goodwill, let's say I have homeowners do that all the time. In fact, I have one case that was kind of a typical, I think it's kind of a border of a fraud because I haven't been able to prove it. But the homeowner actually ordered a 2-year warranty plan that was specially approved. And then when we collect the money, the buyer actually writes us a letter and he wants to cancel the policy and refund the money to him. That's a 2-year, that's almost like $1,000. So they try very hard, you know, to get that money. They don't want the policy, but they put it in the contract. They want the seller, they neg the seller to pay for 2 years. So it's a big amount in there. And then after they got the policy, they try to cancel it so that they can get the full amount, $1,000. I don't know the result of it, but you know, sometimes you can tell the intention of that caller. Okay, so just keep in mind it's basically not cancelable. And the next question is from a real estate agent. I'm writing up an offer. What should I include in the home warranty plan? I get that all the time. And the only thing, I'm not mindful, but the only thing is most people don't observe their time. They always call me at the worst hour. And they always say, David, how come you never answer your phone? I said, because I was a little bit longer in the bathroom. Okay, never mind. Okay, in the latest CAR purchase contract, there's a provision for you to fill in the home warranty information now. The easiest way to decide is to find out what options are needed and what maximum amount to put in. Okay, always keep in mind this. You know, everybody in the room has different personalities. You know, we all raised differently. Okay, but there's one thing for sure. If you put an amount too small and later it calls for a larger amount, it's going to come out somebody's pocket. It's a zero-sum game. If you put it not to exceed $300 and the policy turns out to be $370, the escrow officer will look at all sides. Should I debit the seller or the buyer or the agent? But I don't care where she's going to debit, but not me. So please don't ask me for a discount. Okay, but anyway, So if it's, okay, the easiest way to figure out the amount to put in, if it's a condo, we are not concerned of the common areas, okay? So we don't worry about those options. Our company has a condo preferred plan for condo, including AC, that should be sufficient, and it is less than $400. So if it's a condo and you want to go with our company, but not to exceed $400. If it's a single family home, and you can ask yourself whether the home has air conditioning, whether it has a swimming pool equipment, whether it needs a roof leak coverage. In all cases, the amount should be between $400 to $650 to cover those items. If the living square footage of your home is greater than 5,000 square feet, okay, you need to count the duplicate items if you want the full coverage. Then the amount would be between $1,000 to $1,500. You know, the funny thing about great larger homes, I just recently sold a larger home in Beverly Hills or West Side area. I put in a home warranty plan about $1,500. You know, when you buy a $3 million to $4 million home, do you care about replacing a toilet for $125 and you pay $60 deductible? Probably not, right? But I was surprised though, after 2 months, the homeowner actually called. She said she tried to turn on the AC and she couldn't turn the AC on. And I recognized that property address because it's in Beverly Hills. And guess what? It turns out that home has 5 air conditioning systems. And I told her, I said, do you want me to file a claim for you? The deductible is $60. She said, let me think about it. And she never called me back. You know, for expensive homes, it's kind of interesting though, because a lot of people think, some people actually ask me, say, David, I have a transaction that's $4 million in Arcadia. What kind of home warranty plan do we need to cover that home? You know, I look at that person and say, to be honest with you, if I'm buying a $4 million home, I'll take care of my own problem. I'll get a gold-coated toilet bowl. Okay? I'll do anything I want. I can take, you know, I mean, I have all the money to spend. I'm not going to wait for somebody to, you know, their faucet probably costs several $1,000s. You know, they don't need our plan. But I told that agent, I said, just put it in, $1,500. It's a good money for us, because we need it. Okay? By the way, you know, you think wealthy people, they're not money pinching? You'll be surprised. And you think expensive home don't need service? You'll be surprised too. But actually, in reality, most of our services concentrate on ordinary homes because that's where it functions the best. You know, let me go for the next question. I have how many minutes left? 2 more minutes? Can you give me 3? I have 5 more quick questions. Okay, I'll make it really quick. I have a homeowner question. Why do I need a home warranty plan? Okay, pretty simple. Peace of mind and savings. Homeowners are always concerned about spending money. With the increasing cost of repair, a home warranty plan helps new homeowners to build confidence of the homes they just purchased. If a claim is fully covered, they can cap their repair expenses to a small fee. Once they settle down, it's very unlikely they will have too much breakdown out of normal wear and tear, except a few exceptions. About 3 years ago, I sold a condo plan to a home in Walnut. The seller only paid $325 for a preferred plan. A year later, we discovered that the homeowner filed 16 or 18 claims. And then a week before his policy expired, he told us that his dishwasher was not working. So he got a free dishwasher. Out of those 16 claims, we honored 12 of them. The total amount was like $2,200 for that year. So I went to talk to that real estate agent that bought the policy. I said, you know, that home has a lot of history of repairs. He said, you know, that client, I'm kind of upset with him too, because he told me that after he bought that house, he would let me list his shop for sale. He went for another agent. It happens all the time, right? Yeah. You know, just keep in mind that your best Oh, I mean, I don't know how you build your relationship with your clients, but like I said, relationship is a tricky business, you know, because you're trying to buy their loyalty, which is very hard. When you have a client that is very, I know you're impatient, just give me one moment. Okay, when you try to build loyalty, sometimes it's easier to keep a perspective than they give you more respect for that. Because if you make them too dependent on you, it's very hard to please. And sometimes you want to, you know, I don't see any home warranty company out there trying to provide poor service. Okay, they won't last for over a period of time. Every company tries to provide good service to your client, but there's a two sides on the same coin. It takes a warranty provider, service provider, and also a caller. You know, if the client is not very cooperative, has a negative shadow on their expectation, no matter how you try to please it, it will not work. And I understand my time is kind of limited, so I'll just go ahead and conclude my my presentation, and can I take a couple of questions? So here's